Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel, JK Star A Reader. Today I'm doing my September TBR. That's right, it's my September TBR and have a stack of books here that I want to get to. So let's get going. The first book I have to show you, it is Immortal Longings by Gong. So I read Anthony and Cleopatra not too long ago, and so with the events of the play still fresh in my mind, I wonder how my reaction would be to this retelling of Anthony and Cleopatra. And so it has some bit of a dystopian feel to the description, and it is the author's adult fantasy debut novel. Adult fantasy novel. So yeah, Immortal Longings by Gong. The next book I have to show you, it is The Knife I'm Never Letting Go by Ness. So I have a project of going through YA titles that I have missed in the past, and just reading from the back catalog of books that were popular one time on BookTube, but the hype has died down a bit. So yeah, The Knife I'm Never Letting Go, there's a bit of a description on the back cover, so I'll read that to you. So here it goes. It says, This town isn't like other towns. Everyone can hear everyone's thoughts in an overwhelming, never-ending stream of noise. But in a town where privacy is impossible, there is a secret so awful that Todd, still months shy of being a man, must run for his life. But how do you escape when your pursuers can hear every thought? So yeah, this is a book by Ness and it's called The Knife I'm Never Letting Go. Next I have another book that I want to get to, and this one is Bunny by Mona Awad. So a couple of years ago I read Mona Awad's All's Well, which is a college drama teacher who is having trouble getting her class to go with the play that she has chosen. All's Well ends well, and so it's about her and her chronic pain condition, and trying to get the students to be engaged with the work. But I've decided, after reading that book and some time has passed, I decided to go back to the backlist books by Mona Awad, and Bunny is the next title on my list. And this one is also set in an academic setting, and is how, I guess, cliquey that an MFA program can be. So yeah, Bunny by Mona Awad. Next I have another book to show you, and this book is Eragon by Christopher Paolini. So I hear of a new book in the series being released in the near future. I don't know when the release date will be, but I've decided to start a series that I've been meaning to get around to, and I've purchased this book from a local independent bookstore, and I believe it was in the bargain section. And so I've another YA adventure story that was inspired by The Lord of the Rings. And so yeah, Eragon by Christopher Paolini. Next I have another book, and this one is Scarborough by Hernandez. So Scarborough is a neighborhood in Toronto, and this is the setting where this book takes place. And I've been meaning to get around to reading this book by a Canadian author, but I haven't had a chance yet. And so the fall seems to be a great time for it, with the author making an appearance in the city where I live at the literary festival later in the fall season. So yeah, Scarborough Scarborough by Catherine Hernandez. Next, I have another book to show you, and this one is Dancing on Our Turtles' Backs. Stories, Nishnaabeg, Recreation, Resurgence, and a New Emergence by Leanne Betasamosake Simpson. I probably likely did not pronounce the name correctly, and this is a vital volume in indigenous writing in North America, known as Turtle Island. And I have been holding on to this book for a couple of years now, ever since I saw the author give a talk at the university in my town. And so I've decided finally it's time to get to this book. And so it's teachings that the author has acquired over the years and is wanting to share with readers. So, Dancing on Our Turtle's Back by Leanne Betasamosake Simpson. And so I'll read you what it says on the back so you have a better sense of what it's about. So here goes. Many promote reconciliation as a new way for Canada to relate to Indigenous peoples. In Dancing on Our Turtles' Back, stories of Nishnaabeg, recreation, resurgence, and a new emergence, writer, editor, and educator Leanne Betasamosake Simpson asserts reconciliation must be grounded in political resurgence and must support the regeneration of Indigenous languages, oral cultures, and traditions of governance. So there's a little bit more to it, but that is a bit of what this book is about. So yeah. Next, another book that I want to read in the month of September, and this book is Writers and Lovers by Lily King. So you might have seen this book in the background on my videos, and I've been meaning to get around to this book, and I didn't know when would be a good time. But I guess with fall arriving and time to think about reading and writing again, I guess this is a good time to finally get to this book. And so yeah. Next, another book that I recently acquired, and this book is Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. So this is a book that I was thinking of reading. I wasn't sure when I would get to it. I read a book by Ernest Hemingway for a class a few years back, and so with some time since then, and now that I'm no longer in a classroom setting, I wonder how I will see the writing by this author. So this it is I guess a modern classic, and it's about war and the people who are drawn to conflict. And so I want to see how what a story about World War One and the written decades ago, and what meaning it has for this current time that we live in. So, A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. And another book that I acquired recently, and this one is Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. So I am currently in the middle of reading The Poet X by this author, which is a YA title told in verse. And this family lore is a recent release, and it is the author's debut adult fiction title. And this follows a family going through difficult times while living in New York City. And we'll see how the story goes. And finally, one more book to show you, and this one is On Such a Full Sea by Chang-rae. And so I have been getting into reading dystopians again, but I took a bit of time away from it during the summer. But with the cooler months approaching, I thought this would be a good time to read this book. I read this author's other work before called Native Speaker, and I thought that was a well-written novel, and so I thought I would continue on my reading of the works by this author. So yeah, On Such a Full Sea by Chang-rae. Okay, that's it for me for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!